Most people who look up Amazon FBA for beginners get pushed into business models that are nearly impossible to start, like private label, where you need over $10,000 just to test one product, or wholesale, where you have to cold call a bunch of suppliers just to beg to open accounts. The good news, you don't need any of that. You don't need to show your face, create your own product, buy stuff from China, or run any ads, and you can get started for as little as a couple $100. That's what selling online arbitrage products on Amazon FBA lets you do, and in this video, I'm going to give you a full step-by-step tutorial to get started in 2025. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to start your Amazon business, find your first couple winning products, ship them off to Amazon, and start making sales without wasting thousands of dollars or months with the wrong model. So to start off, what actually is Amazon FBA? Amazon FBA is a business model. We sell products on Amazon's platform. Literally $1 trillion company lets us sell products on their platform. And the cool thing is all we have to do is get the product and then we can ship it off to the Amazon FBA warehouse and they handle the rest. They handle all the customer service, picking, packing, and shipping. They already have all the customers actually buying products on their website. And they have the insane power of Amazon Prime shipping, which we can leverage as Amazon FBA sellers. This means not only do you not have to store the inventory yourself, but you also don't have to deal with late deliveries, customer service, or refund requests. This offers massive scalability across the entire country and eventually the entire world. And you can sell tons and tons of products without worrying about your own shipping and logistics. That's how we sell our products through Amazon FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. The two most common ways of actually sourcing products, aka the common business models within Amazon FBA, is Amazon Private Label and Amazon Wholesale. Amazon Private Label is where you buy an unbranded product, the classic Alibaba and China model, and then you create demand for it on Amazon. So when you buy a product private label, you typically need at least $10,000 to place the initial test order from China. Then you have to wait several months for it to actually get here. And then once it gets here and you ship it off to the Amazon FBA warehouse, you have to do a ton of setup because this is an unbranded product that customers don't already know, like, and trust in terms of creating the listing, taking the photos, doing the copywriting for that listing. And then the problem with private label is no one wants to buy your product right off the bat. So you have to spend a bunch of money on ads and wait several months just to get your product ranking well in Amazon search. Personally, this is way too complicated and expensive for beginner sellers, so I'd recommend avoiding private label. I'd also recommend staying away from Amazon Wholesale, where you buy name brand products in bulk from suppliers and distributors that you have to cold call or cold email and typically harass to even let you sell their products, because a lot of wholesale suppliers are really turned off from selling to Amazon sellers due to the nature of new entrepreneurs typically not having tons of capital to meet their MOQs, aka minimum order quantities, and just in general being difficult to work with. Not to mention, because products on Amazon tend to be so cheap, a lot of suppliers don't want you undercutting them and selling at the market on Amazon that you'll have to sell at. So if you do want to start Amazon Wholesale or Private Label, you're going to need a minimum of a $5,000 budget for wholesale and a minimum of a $10,000 budget for Private Label. And then you're going to have to do a bunch of cold calling and cold emailing to open supplier accounts from wholesalers just to see if they'll actually even sell to Amazon sellers. And then the items will have to be profitable too, which in many cases they're not. You're going to have to cold call and cold email literally hundreds to get one single account that might not even be profitable. And with Amazon Private Label, you're going to have to choose one single product to test. Unless you have an insane budget, then you'll have to wait several months to start seeing results while it actually gets here from China. Then you're typically going to have to spend a bunch of money on unprofitable ads to start building your listing at the start. The much better way to sell on Amazon, what I do that made me over 6 figures profit my first year, is called Amazon Online Arbitrage. Buying discounted name brand products from big retail websites like Kohl's, Walmart, and Target to flip on Amazon for a profit. You need way less capital because there's no minimum order quantities with Walmart and with Target, so you can get started with just a couple $100, although I'd recommend somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 to get started. We also don't have to talk to anyone or show our face. There's no marketing for these products, and you don't have to do any cold calling whatsoever. And the products you do buy, customers already know, like, and trust these brands. Think stuff like Gap. Think stuff like Nautica. Think stuff like Tommy Hilfiger. Big brands that have already existed for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years that customers already know, like, and trust, and they're searching for on Amazon every day. We can find so many of these profitable products just at a discount, especially with all the deals these websites are going to be running for the holidays that are coming fast. When we find a winning product, we buy typically a 5 to 10 unit quantity, eventually significantly more, ship them to ourselves, and ship them off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse where they handle the rest. You might be worried about getting permission to sell these products on Amazon, aka the ungating process. Luckily, in 2025, that's totally doable, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this video. Online arbitrage is by far the most simple, easy, and least startup capital way you can start your Amazon business in 2025, even if you're a complete beginner starting from scratch working your 9-to-5 job. I've helped tons of people in with this strategy, like Paolo, a busy father who, while working his 9-to-5 job and running his family, has still been able to make over 6 figures profit per year selling on Amazon each year the past couple of years. And Nick, a father of 2 who went from working in finance to selling on Amazon full time after he was able to quit his 9-to-5 job by selling brand name products on Amazon. And Bola right here, a mother of 2 who in just her 4th month sold over $70,000 on Amazon for well over $7,000 in profit as a beginner. So now that you know how the best way to sell on Amazon works in 2025, let's talk about the first step, getting your seller account open. We're here on sellercentral.amazon.com. This is where we go to take the first step, creating our Amazon seller account. All we have to do here is go to sellercentral.amazon.com and go ahead and click sign up right here for a professional seller account. It costs $40 per month to sell on Amazon's platform. That's an insane deal considering it literally lets us sell to hundreds of millions of prime customers in the US and beyond. We can see right here more than 70% of Amazon sellers generate their first sales in less than 60 days. I want to make sure all of you guys watching this video get that significantly quicker. It's important to note, guys, it is going to take a couple of days to actually verify your account on Amazon. So that's why it's really important to go ahead and take these first couple of steps today. You don't need an LLC to sell on Amazon's platform. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know your personal situation, but Amazon doesn't formally require it. So head over to sellercentral.amazon.com, click sign up, and open your professional seller account today. Now that we have our seller account open, let's talk about the most important part of the process, finding our first couple winning products. We're going to start out with me showing you a couple examples of winning products and then the best product research strategy for beginners. And then I'm actually going to let you watch me live source some profitable products live, and we'll take a look at all the winning product criteria, the different tools you want to be using, and some special tips and tricks a lot of people gatekeep. All right, guys, here in my Google Chrome browser, let's take a look at a couple winning product examples. So the cool thing about online arbitrage, guys, is there's no guesswork. Every listing we're buying has already been selling well on Amazon for years or at least several months. So taking a look at the first one here, these Gap polo shirts. We can see right here, the buy box price on this is $24. So this is where we want to be as sellers, is over here in the buy box right here. Luckily, Amazon rotates the buy box to everyone that's priced competitively and has good delivery dates. The buy box is basically the add to cart, buy now option right here. So that's where we want to be as sellers. Now, a lot of beginners think you need a ton of complicated and expensive software to actually do this. That's not true whatsoever, guys. All you need is 2 $20 per month tools. You're going to need the SellerAmp Chrome extension right here, which you can get a free trial on our website, selleramp.com. Then just install it on Google Chrome so it'll show on the web browser like this. You're also going to need the Keepa Chrome extension right here, keepa.com right here. It's a European company, so they bill in euros right here, but it works for Amazon US, and I'm pretty sure all marketplaces. And that's going to show you the supply, demand, and the price action over time. It's also $20 per month. So let's break down how both these work and how we can use them to find winning product examples. So we can see these polos here are going for $24 in the buy box over on Amazon. And the nice thing is literally over on the Gap website, that same polo is going for $14 right here. So we can see picking this guy up for $14. And then, okay, so we're thinking buying for $14, selling for $24 on Amazon. There's probably going to be some margin there, but obviously there's shipping, there's Amazon fees, there's the product cost. How the heck do we actually go ahead and calculate that? And that's where SellerAmp comes into play. SellerAmp over here is the profit calculator that tells us how fast a product sells and if it's actually profitable. So in terms of how fast a product actually sells, number one important qualifier, because it would suck to buy a bunch of products and then have them not actually sell. So what we want to do here, guys, is make sure the best sellers rank, aka the BSR or sales rank on each product, is under 200,000 right here. So we can see this one's a 15,000 sales rank. We can see it's green. It's in the top 1% of the category over here. Don't worry about the percentage. I just worry about the overall BSR. And almost always in every case, we need to make sure we're staying under a 200,000 sales rank and above 30 estimated sales per month. The important part is the sales rank right here. And then we can go ahead and see the max cost right here for this product is $10.69. So if I plug in $10.69. Seller amp takes into account shipping, the fees, the sales tax, literally all that here. And we can see that leaves $3.21 profit and a 31% ROI right here. So if we take a look over on Gap, we can pick these up for $14. Plugging in 14 right here, unfortunately means we would lose 10 cents after the shipping, the fees and all that, and make a negative 71% ROI, which is not good. We want to make sure we're making above $3 profit per sale and above a 30% return on investment right here. So the cool thing comes into play with online arbitrage is not really in finding items good, although we will sometimes. It's in making items good and making them more profitable using different coupons and discounts, which are actually really easy to locate and are a big thing in making products good over the long term right here is going ahead and seeing how we can lower the buy cost and create more winning products, which basically creates hidden winning products for sellers. You can find the stuff. I'm going to show you guys how to find these discounts nice and easy, and winning products that don't show as winning products to beginner sellers, right? So we can basically find hidden winning products using these discounts. So one of the really good examples of that, guys, is going to be holiday sales that'll tend to go down on like Black Friday and Halloween and some of these coming holidays right here, which is not the case for Gap Factory, but that's one really good way to lower buy costs and create more winning margin is when there's big deals going on. But if we scroll down here on Gap Factory, I can go ahead and see there's actually this sign up coupon that we can put in either our email or phone number to get 20% off right here. That's a really nice extra discount we can go ahead and use. The cool thing is, say I just put in like flips at flipsformiles.com. Interestingly enough, on most websites, if I just put in a plus right here, it considers it a new email and ships it to the same one. Or you can eventually create what's called a catch-all email to get unlimited emails right there too. So now I can go ahead and take off 20% from this right here, and we can see now it becomes $2.70 profit and a 24% ROI, but it's still red right here. And that's where discounted gift cards from cardbear.com come into play. So cardbear.com is awesome for purchasing discounted gift cards and then getting the gift card numbers and then using that as what we actually check out with on the retailer right here. So if I go ahead and plug in Gap here on cardbear.com, we can go ahead and see there's incredibly good discounted gift cards here, literally as high as 18%. So think about it. If I buy a $100 discounted gift card for $82, that significantly lowers the amount of capital I actually put in this product, which is super easy to go ahead and do. So now I can go ahead and just take off 18% from this right here. And now it becomes $9 profit and a 24% ROI right here. And so we can see every time we sell one of these, we'd spend $9 to get it, and we get back almost 14 bucks, which is about almost $5 in profit right there. So we can see that right there. Remember, Seller Amp takes into account shipping, fees, literally all that here. And Seller Amp shows us if a product's actually profitable today. And then Keepa, the Chrome extension right here, which you also want to get added in your Google Chrome browser nice and easy from the Google Chrome store, is going to show if it's actually been profitable over time. The cool thing about Keepa is it literally shows us how a product's done ever since it was added to Amazon. So when you initially get Keepa, it might show 3 charts right here, or it might just only show 1. So I would recommend clicking sub ranks to take out the middle chart right there. And then if this bottom chart doesn't show, which it might, you just want to go here to graph settings and then select offer counts and ratings right there. So we can see like selecting that, it goes away, selecting it comes back. And you want to see these 2 charts right here. So the sub ranks one, you don't want to see the middle one right there, but we can see, taking a look at these guys. This item, literally, we can see how it's sold ever since it was added on Amazon. Truth be told, though, when you're a beginner, you're not buying big quantities of stuff. You're typically just buying 5 to 10 of different products, because with online arbitrage, we sell lots of different products at the same time. So we're nice and diversified. You just want to take a look at the 3-month data right here. So the bottom Keepa chart shows the new offer count, aka the competition, and the top chart shows the sales rank, aka the demand over time, and the buy box price, the pink line over time. So we want to make sure the competition is either stable or going down, which we can see on this listing, it's nice and stable, and that the price, the top Keepa chart, is either stable or going up, and which we can see in this case, it's largely pretty stable right here. We can even see that the FBA price is going as high as 26 right here. Meanwhile, the seller currently in the buy box is doing what's called Amazon Merchant Fulfilled, where they're shipping it directly to the customer, which totally works. Luckily, you can do them both at the same time, even on the same account. But I do know when I can see a seller doing Amazon FBM in the buy box right there, I know I'm going to price higher than them, typically about 5 to 10%. So I can just do this math with the seller amp and say I add in 10% to this. Now it becomes even more profitable at almost $7 profit and a 73% ROI right there. So that's the name of the game. We just want to make sure the price hasn't been substantially lower in the past and that the competition isn't totally trending up. And we want to make sure we can see some offer count movement on this bottom chart to make sure people are selling out, people restocking, and it's a healthy market. Now, I get asked all the time how much competition is too much competition on a specific product. Truth be told, it's all about the trend. We just want to make sure that it's not shooting up. There's amazing listings that have 100 sellers that sell 10,000 times a month and terrible listings that have 7 sellers because they had 2 sellers last week. So that's a nice example of winning product. Let's take a look at another one right here. So if we take a look at this vinyl product here, we can see this is going for $30 in the buy box on Amazon right here. And then taking a look at the Keep It chart, we can see the competition's going down, which is the bottom chart, and the price is nicely trending up. On the top chart right here, and we can see over on Walmart right here, it's going for $14 right here. So we can see $14 right there, and we can see going for $30 on Amazon, plugging in that buy cost right there. We can go ahead and see $5.50 profit, 40% ROI right there, and the competition's trending down, price is trending up here. We can see in the past couple of days, it's gone as high as like 33 in the buy box right here. Let's see, is it an FBM seller in the buy box right there? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So this ships from the seller, not from Amazon. So we know when we price this product, which we'll talk a little bit about later when we're actually using the shipping process, we can go ahead and plug in probably 33 right here, and now it gets significantly more profitable. That's a nice tip and trick right here. The cool thing about vinyls is they're typically auto-ungated, so you don't even need any permission from Amazon to actually sell the product. In a couple minutes after we do live product research, I'm going to show you guys the process to actually get the approval, aka ungating on each item right there. So that's another example of a cool winning product. Let's take a look at another, and then let's do some live product research to actually find some winning products together. So taking a look at these golf balls right here, we can see a nice blue golf ball right here going for 27 on Amazon. We have a 38K sales rank and 50 plus sales per month. So this totally checks out from a velocity perspective. And then we can go ahead and take a quick glance at the Keep It chart, and we can see it's super, super stable, and the competition is cooking along nicely and actually trending down a little bit. So we know people are making money on this product. We just have to figure out where they're actually getting it. And we can see in this case, it's going from Dick's Sporting Goods here on the Dick's Sporting Goods retailer, right, for $19.99. So if I plug in $19.99 on SellerAmp right here, I can see we would lose $3 profit per sale and a 14% negative ROI. So that's not good. So there's probably something here right here. So now I want to see, okay, are there any discounts and are there any sales or any ways I can lower my buy cost? And then we can see there's a 4 for 55 sale going down right now. So if I go ahead and do 55 divided by 4 right here, I can see now my profit per unit's good, but my ROI still isn't quite there. So now I want to see, okay, can I scroll to the bottom like I did on Dick's Sporting Goods and see if there's an email sign-up code right here, which we can see there totally is. $20 off 100 plus. So because this is $20 off 100, not 20%, I want to put my cart value just barely above that $100 criteria. So now what I want to do is say, do like 8 for 110 right here. So say I do, 55 times 2 right here. And then I want to take off that 20 off 100 coupon right there, and then divide this thing by 8 to get the per unit cost. Now I can see no wonder the price is so steady on this and people are making nice, good profit right here, which we can see they literally have been for, pretty much the entire year besides that little period back in February and November. We can see the past 90 days, this is literally profitable every single day. This is a good example of winning product. And this is how it's done, guys, with online arbitrage. Very rarely will something just be profitable at the advertised price like the vinyl was, which is totally cool. Typically, you're going to have to create the winning products using these different discounts and everything right here. So now you guys have seen a couple examples of winning products. Now let's actually find some winning products. But how do you actually do that? A lot of beginners think the best way to find winning products is just go to the websites you see in my videos and look through their clearance sections, which is what's called manual sourcing. I would never recommend doing that as a beginner. Instead, what I think you should do is what's called the storefront stalking method, where we look inside the storefronts, starting out on online arbitrage products like you can see in my videos, and see what other products these sellers are carrying to go ahead and look up, okay, where can we find this profitably right here, which is going to make our life significantly easier. So if I go ahead and scroll down to the list of sellers here on SellerAmp, now I can see all the sellers that carry this product, and I can open up the sellers that have lots of reviews. Now, don't worry about reviews in terms like getting buy box and getting sales. It doesn't really matter. It matters very, very, very little in respect to getting buy box, so don't worry about it. But reviews are a good way to gauge sellers we should go ahead and storefront stock. So for example, taking a look here, no reviews right there. We want to make sure we're taking a look at people that have like 25 plus right here. So for example, let's see, 27 we can take a look at right there. 1,300 right there. We can take a look at the golf balls too right here. Taking a look here, let's see. Just getting going right there. Boom, let's see here. 1,000 reviews right there. So totally someone we could take a look at right there. Let's see, some of these newer sellers right here. Let's see, 80 we can take a look at totally right there. And now pretty quickly here, guys, we can see what all these sellers are carrying and take a look inside their storefront to see all the brands they carry, as well as all the categories they carry here. We could click into specific ones right here. And then all the products that show up at the front of their storefront have the best sales ranked, aka sell the fastest. So for example, this seller is doing a lot of good work with Gap and with Nautica, for example, and with Tommy Hilfiger here, right? This seller's got just Gap, interestingly enough, right there, right? And then you can see here, let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at some like Tommy Hilfiger listings right here. So we can see Amazon's on some of these, but there's probably other colors and sizes. So I'm going to take a look at the ones Amazon's not on and see if there's any variations Amazon's not on. So for example, 67K rank, we can take a look at that right here, right? 41K rank, we can take a look at that. 29K rank, we can take a look at those guys here. We just want to open up these listings we know are selling well and then go ahead and see if there's any that we can make some money on right here. 134K rank, literally doing this on my own to literally open up all these here. Let's say Nautica, for example, right? We can see 14K rank, we can take a look at that right here, right? 73K rank, we can take a look at that right here, right? And we take a look at all these big name brands. And as you're going ahead and taking a look at these here, say we take a look at like some more Gap stuff here, right? 13K rank right there. Right, we can take a look, 11K rank right there. We can go ahead and find some winning products, and this stuff, we know it's selling well. What we have to just be able to do is see what we can track down at profitable prices right here. 22K rank, we can take a look at that as well. Literally open up all these guys here. 16K rank, right? And we already know that Gap products have good discounted gift cards, and they have that 20% email sign-up code on the retailer. So now we can go ahead and see, okay, there's a bunch of different colors and sizes on these products. We have a bunch of listings open. We know they have good sales ranks, so people have to be making money. Now we just have to figure out which ones are profitable today, if any. Obviously, not every item is going to be profitable. When you're a beginner, you're going to have to do a lot of volume to learn the different discounts for the different websites and to learn what products you like best. But the nice thing is we're not buying products. We're buying data. You can literally sell all different types of stuff on Amazon. We just have to make sure it has good winning product criteria of under 200K BSR, above 30 estimated sales per month, $3 plus profit per unit, a 30% plus return on investment. Just make sure you're writing that down if you're taking notes, nice and easy. You could be a little flexible with that when you're a beginner. Then making sure the price is either stable or going up on the top, keep a chart, and the competition is either stable or going down on the bottom, keep a chart right here. So this listing has a bunch of colors and sizes. So what I want to do is go down to the variations tab on Keepa to see which colors and sizes are selling best. So say I go to the variations tab right here, then I'd recommend taking a sec and organizing your columns similar to mine right here. You may need to hit configure column to select like new offer count history. Sometimes it doesn't default to showing right here. And now I want to see, okay, which of these have good offer count movement, aka good wiggle in the offer count movement, making sure people are selling out and people are restocking here. We can see this is not good. This is very blocky and everything here. Let's see. This looks decent here, but Amazon's probably on it. The price is a little kind of herky-jerky right there. Let's see. Is there anything that has good offer count movement that Amazon likely isn't on right here? Yeah, maybe. Take a look at here, but I still think Amazon's going to be on this. Yeah, we can see Amazon.com on that. Don't automatically avoid stuff Amazon's on here, but a lot of beginners kind of get scared when Amazon's on it. So let's keep it moved just for the sake of this example here. Let's see. Let's go to variations. This is actually a good example of something Amazon's on that they are sharing the buy box on. And I can see that because there is good new offer count movement on this here. Go into variations. Say, hey, what's got good offer count movement? Let's take a look right here. Right. So let's see. Checking this for movement here. Let's see. 38. Right. That looks pretty promising here. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is up at 40, right? Taking a look on the Keepa chart. Totally good movement on this. Really nice, steady price. Amazon was in stock on it just a little bit here. It's not a problem whatsoever. So let's go ahead and search for product title on Google here and see, okay, yeah, Gap Factory. No wonder. To be honest, most products and most brands only come from one place. So let's see, we're here at $29.99 right here. So let's see, plugging in $29.99 right here, right? We can see not good. But remember, guys, we can go ahead and scroll down on Gap to the bottom and see that 20% email signup code. So we can go ahead and take off 20% from this right here. Now we're getting close, and then we can go ahead and take off those discounted gift cards too from cardbearer.com, where we just buy discounted gift cards on the retailer, on the gift card site, and then we can go ahead and get that and actually use those gift cards to check out on the retailer. So we take off this, and now this becomes a nice winning product here after shipping, after sales tax, literally everything right there. So that's a nice example of winning product here. If I found something like this isn't like an insanely fast mover right here, but it's decent. Taking a look at the offer count movement, which is the best way to gauge velocity, I would probably grab, 10 units of this if I needed to ungate Gap. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Even if you have no sales history, you can totally get ungated in these big brands, as long as you can apply for them right here. But we can see, taking a look at that, not bad whatsoever here. Let's keep rolling. So we can see these t-shirts right here. Yeah, kind of blocky right here. Not much movement on those guys as of late. Let's go to the variations tab and see if there's any good offer count movement we can go ahead and take a look at right here. So I don't like any of these guys right here. I like to filter top to bottom by buy box, so we can see the most expensive variations. And then I just want to see what has good offer count movement from here. So taking a look on these guys, let's see. Yeah, that looked good right there, right? $19.99 right here, or $18.99. Let's see. So taking a look at that, right? Yeah, good looking keep it chart here, guys. Let's go ahead and plug this in on Google. See here, so these everyday. Let's see, do they have this like banana color here? Let's see, plugging this guy in. Sometimes the retailers take a sec to load right here. Yeah, here we go. So palm banana here, pale banana right there. So let's see. Yeah, $8 here. So let's see, $8 right here. Already good pre-coupon when we take off that 20% email code, take off those discounted gift cards right there. Boom, we can see. Yeah, literally over 100% ROI on this item. That's not bad whatsoever right there. That's good stuff. We can go ahead and take a look at that. So that's totally cool, right? Let's take a look at some of these Tommy Hilfiger products too. First order of business, guys, we want to go down to variations and see what's moving quick right here, right? So we can go ahead and see variations. And honestly, a lot of people think that like hoodies only sell well during winter or slides only sell well during summer. Truth be told, demand's so crazy on Amazon. It's literally $1 trillion company. Most people don't even know that over 60% of products sold on Amazon actually come from everyday people like you and I, third-party sellers. Demand on most things is good year-round outside of like the occasional like really seasonal thing that people only buy one time per year, like New Year stuff during New Year's, Halloween decorations during Halloween, so on and so forth right here. So let's go ahead and see what has good offer count movement, if anything, right here. I mean, this is okay. I bet Amazon's probably in stock on this, which we can see, yeah, is the case. So no thank you right there. These Tommy t-shirts right here, yeah, Amazon's in stock. Let's go ahead here. It's very important when you see the suspected private label alert on SellerAmp, don't see it as something that's like guaranteed private label. The private labeler automatically shows when there's low competition on something. So it's very important that you don't automatically avoid that in that case. Just take a look at the list of sellers and see if any of those sellers are the brand, and which we can see in this case is not the case, right? So we can see, so this is just suspected private label. You need to take a look and see if the brand is the one dominating it right here. So I don't see any of these guys with good offer count movement. So no, thank you. Let's keep rolling right here and go to variations and take a look at what else we can do from here as well. Let's see. So we go down here to variations, take a look right here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no movement on those guys. No, thank you. Let's keep rolling right here. Ooh, this looks good though here. We didn't even have to go to variations to find a good keep it chart right here. So we can see these guys are going for like, yeah, 45-ish right here, even 50 FBA. So we need to update this a little bit here. Yeah, 45 or so. Then we just want to go ahead and click search for product title on Google to see what websites carry this. And then we'll see if we can make any of these guys profitable here. So let's see, plugging in right here, $30. Yes, let's see. So, ooh, $29.99. Okay, does that match right there? Right, so we can see the blue right there. Let's see, it's got right there here. So it's blue, then white, then red. Okay, so that's a little different design here. Let's see, can we find the correct ones right here? Let's see. Blue, then, let's see, is that the same thing there too? Yeah, okay, so it's just got a slightly different cadence of the stripes right there. So let's see, I don't think we are taking a look at those. Maybe right here. Let's see. Yeah, they got the navy ones that match. But yeah, okay. So fortunately, don't see a match on those guys. Maybe it comes from somewhere else. Maybe it's discontinued or something like that. Every now and again, I'll go down here and take a look and kind of like this search here too as well. But unfortunately, do not see a match on those guys. No problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at these guys here. Go to variations, see what's got some good movement right here as well. Then we can open up some more listings too as well, guys. Like we can see like 28K rank. Take a look at those here. 23K rank. Let's take a look at those. That vinyl product we took a look at the start is typically AutoUngate, which is pretty cool too. So you can take a look at some of those guys as well. Tommy Hilfiger we kind of struck out on. Greg Norm we can take a look at, and all these different brands we know folks are making money on. And if they can make money out, so can we, as long as we can track it down at profitable prices. So we can see. Don't like the offer count movement on this one. Don't like the offer count movement on this one. But this one's nicely trending down. Nicely trending down. I can see some movement, see some folks making money on. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. So let's say, yeah, $50. Go ahead and plug this in on Google right here. And let's see, yeah, 8.5-inch deck shorts right here. They got the black ones. Okay, so we got deep navy heather here. Ooh, and we got a 15% coupon code right here. Nautica, yeah, it's 15% every time that I've seen it right there. So we can see true navy right here. Let's see, so that is, okay, black. Let's see if any of these colors that actually are in stock here. Nautica, I believe, is on 100 unit ungate, so this might be something you just go ahead and buy in the future. Right now, obviously, I wouldn't recommend buying proxy seeing YouTube videos right here, but they are good examples just to show you how the game does work here. Let's see, yeah, navy right here, so 47. Yeah, true navy right here. And we can see size 32. Ah, so this is 32, so this is good. It's just out of stock right here. We can see, yeah, 25, right? Minus the 15% code. Discounted gift cards on Nautica tend to be pretty good too. So this is a little bit slower of a mover. It is out of stock. I do want you guys to see that on the offer summary here on SellerAmp, which you can just nicely activate in your SellerAmp settings. This is one FBM seller, so we know we would price this higher doing FBA right here, probably about 10%. We can see $16 profit, 75% ROI. This is an item that is profitable. Unfortunately, it is out of stock, so you would have to come back to this in the future right here, but we'll go ahead and see if any of these variations are good. Yeah, 36 right here, so definitely not. Let's see, it's 34, 36 in stock right here, 34. Taking a look at that guy. Yeah, 40 right here, so this is cool. Yeah, 25 minus 15%. Where we can go ahead and see, okay, does Cardbear have any discounted gift cards as well right here? And obviously, like some of these are going to be gated on. You can get ungate them. I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple minutes here. But the big thing is just understanding how to navigate around storefront stocking and understanding the metrics and how to find the discounts. And that very, very rarely will something be profitable at the advertised price you see on the retailer. Almost always you have to make it good. And especially like you guys watching this video, like go take a look at that vinyl listing we take a look at in storefront stock of this on your own right here. Yeah, we can see discounted gift cards heavy, 15 to 18%. Say we take off like 18% on this. Right here, we can see $10 profit, 58% ROI right there. Not bad whatsoever. Another example of a good winning product here. You'll love to see it, right? Let's take a look at these t-shirts, guys, too. Let's go to variations, see what we can take a look at here and see what we can find profitably right here too as well right here. Let's see. So what's got good offer count movement here? Let's see. These guys here, maybe I kind of bet Amazon's in stock on these guys. Let's take a look. Yeah, Amazon.com on those. No, thank you. Let's see. Taking a look at these hoodies right here. Let's go to variations, see what's got good offer count movement and take a look at these bad boys right here. So let's see what's got some good. Yeah, here we go. Like 43 right there, 44. So let's see, taking a look here, boom, boom, boom. Let's get SellerAmp to pop up. Competition's going up a bit on Keepa, but the price is largely stable here. So let's go ahead and see who's making money on this. Yeah, boom, here we go. So these guys work here. So $29.99, $29.99, not good right off the bat, minus the 20% email sign-up code right here. Then we can go ahead and take off those 18% discounted gift cards or something along those lines from Cardbear as well. And now this becomes a good winning product right there. And that's the name of the game. We can go ahead and see, boom, boom, boom. You love to see it right there. And that's very, very good stuff. We can see $20 buy cost about, selling for $44 on Amazon, $11 profit, 55% ROI. And we can see, taking a look at these other guys too, going through these other storefronts. We can see all the brands these sellers carry, taking a look, see what they got, see what they're making money on. And we can go ahead and track down other winning products from here too as well. Let's take a look at these Gap, these boys hoodies right here. Going to variations. Let's see what we got right here. So let's go to variations, see what's got good offer count movement here. Let's see. Yeah, it's decent here. Let's see, 35, right? So I feel like we maybe find these for like 17 or so. Problem is Amazon's on them. Actually, Amazon's been off it a lot though. So we can go ahead and see. And even if we could be price competitive with Amazon or potentially undercut them, that would be even better here too as well. Let's see, it's kids navy. Let's see, 16 right here. Yeah, that's different because it's got the logo right there. So I don't think those guys work, unfortunately, right there. We can go ahead and see these t-shirts too as well. go to variations, see what's got good offer count movement right there. So let's see. Yeah. So just a good little pro tip. If you put your pricing just barely below $10, like $9.99, the fees get lower right here, which is pretty cool. We can see that max cost actually became less, which is pretty cool right there. So let's go ahead and see right there. Or technically went up, right? Or whatever that, however that breaks down. So let's see what's got good off count movement here. Yeah, 18. So we can take a look at these guys right here. Amazon's in stock on them, but they do look to be sharing right here. Go ahead and take a look at these. Yeah, $10. So $10 minus 20% code minus the discounted gift cards right there is just barely good. Another example winning product we can go ahead and match on right there. And that's the name of the game with online arbitrage sourcing. And that's how you break this stuff down. We don't find items good. We make them good. Storefront stock. You guys have seen a bunch of examples of winning products in this videos. My other videos, you can go ahead and break this stuff down and storefront stock of these listings on your own to track down your own winning products as well. So now let's take a look at what I'm sure a couple of you guys are worried about, which is the ungating process. A lot of beginners see ungating as a big roadblock, but truth be told, even if you have no sales history, don't see ungating as some crazy thing that you can't do. You can totally get ungated in anything you go ahead and apply for as a beginner. And ungating is basically getting Amazon's permission to go ahead and sell a big brand or category. So some stuff will be automatically ungated for you as a beginner. I'm going to show you guys a big list of those products for free in just a couple minutes here. And then other stuff you're going to need Amazon's approval for, aka gated products. So say you take a look at a big brand like Calvin Klein, for example, or a big category like grocery, you're going to have to get approval doing this. Now, when I got started, that was very difficult to go ahead and do using any method. Regardless, the nice thing is in 2025, you can totally get that done using order confirmation emails and invoices, especially order confirmation emails from big websites. Now, in terms of what websites you can use for ungating, any big websites and any brand websites. So a lot of that stuff we just took a look at, like Nautica, Gap, Tommy Hilfiger, those come from the brand websites. A lot of other brands will come strictly from Target or strictly from Walmart. So we know for a fact we can use those websites. In order to actually get that done, we just need to provide an order confirmation or invoice with 10 plus combined. So literally one invoice or multiple, one order confirmation email or multiple, all of the above, obviously, of 10 plus of a specific product that's also listed on Amazon. So it has to have 10 plus of the same item. So the same ASIN. You can have other ones on there, but the invoice or invoices you submit in a combined PDF needs to have at least 10 plus of one specific product on there. So say you want to do like the grocery category and you find something from Target, it's also listed on Amazon in the grocery category. You just place in order for 10 plus of those, and then immediately you get that order confirmation. Then you go into your email where you get that order confirmation and download it as a PDF. And that's what you're going to submit off to Amazon. Name it something professional like the ASIN underscore invoice underscore date or brand underscore invoice underscore date. And then it is very important to note, guys, you're going to tend to get declined 10 to 15 times per brand. Don't worry about that. You're not doing anything wrong. Just keep submitting that same information and adding more information to that purchase as you're getting it. So like the shipping email, the delivery email, a picture of the product, the credit card statement, and everything like that, actually adding it in to that purchase right there. Don't worry about what Amazon says, those denials right there. Certain big brands like Nike, Adidas, and Lego are what's called hard gated, where you can't even apply for those. So as a beginner, you're going to have to stay away from those. The only products you ungate, which literally 99.9% of Amazon's reseller friendly catalog, is stuff that when you go to add product in Amazon Seller Essential, it lets you apply after selecting a condition. So just a couple big brands, Nike, Adidas, Lego, Carhartt, are closed for beginners, but everything else, as long as you can apply for it, you can get ungating for it. A lot of beginners don't think ungating works because they get really scared and timid after they get declined once or twice. Trust me, getting denied is completely normal. It happens to me. It happens to everyone's account. And the nice thing is, the more stuff you sell, the more stuff becomes auto-ungate as well, where you can sell it immediately from day one without submitting any documents to Amazon. Let's take a look at how that works. So we're here inside this big resource we put together for you guys, the AutoUngate product list. So you'd be surprised by how much of this stuff will work for you even as a beginner, especially once you made a couple sales. It is important to note, guys, that not everything that's AutoUngate for me will auto-ungate for you and vice versa right here. A lot of the stuff will remain gated, so make sure to come back to this after you make some more sales. Or if you find something profitable in these brands, just go through the ungating process and get that order confirmation email from the retailer right there for you. Nice and easy. So we have this big list of ASINs. You can download it completely free at the link in the description right here. Some pretty much guaranteed wins that pretty much auto-ungate for everyone is like Stafford, Danner, Red Heart, so literally any product in these brands, you could go ahead and just put in on Amazon, then select the condition of new if it asks you for it, and then hit request approval and apply to sell. And if it asks for documents, it's gated. And if it asks for quantity and price, it is AutoUngate. So literally any product in these brands, you can go ahead and plug in right there. The big thing is a lot of beginners forget to actually hit request approval and apply to sell to check for ungating. Then if it asks for docs, it's gated. If it's asking for quantity and size and stuff like that, then it is an AutoUngate right there. So don't overthink that right there. I love the idea as a beginner of doing a gated brand or two that you find profitably and then focusing mainly on sourcing AutoUngate so you can take a look and source on stock of like vinyl we took a look at. Vinyls tend to be AutoUngate right there. Nice and easy. So make sure you go down below to the link in the description and download the free list of AutoUngate products we put together for you guys. So now you guys know how to start your business, how to find your first couple winning products, and how to get ungated. Now let's talk about once you actually place a couple test orders and ship some inventory to yourself, how you can actually list and ship that inventory to Amazon the easiest way using Boxum, which is really good for listing, shipping, and analytics within your Amazon business. So let's jump inside Boxum, which is a third-party tool we created to make this significantly easier for you. It connects right to your Amazon seller account and actually replaces Amazon Seller Central for listing, shipping, and analytics. All right, guys, so we're here within Boxum. Boxum does a lot more than just list and ship your inventory to Amazon FBA. It just makes it easier for you to do that process, but it also shows detailed analytics. You can use it to get more reviews and feedback as well. And there's the special Boxy AI tool that is your personal Amazon seller assistant right there as well. So in order to list our first couple products, guys, when we go ahead and have this inventory in hand, we can just load up Boxum. You can get a 2-week free trial on Boxum.com, and then it integrates to your Amazon seller account. You can use it to list your inventory immediately. So the first step is actually listing on Amazon. So we just want to go ahead and copy the ASIN here from SellerAmp, and then go ahead and plug this in. We can go ahead in the ASIN, or you could just literally just search stuff here as well. But I like going ahead and plugging in the ASIN just to make it easier from a buy sheet. Then we just want to go to new SKU right here. Then now we want to go ahead. Don't worry about pricing when you're initially listing in your account. This is actually the shipment process part. You do want to add in your buy cost in order to have all your analytics correct. Then we can go ahead and do our supplier. You can type it in, JCPenney's. This is real helpful for analytics as well. Then we want to do our date purchased right here, and then our condition and our SKU right here. We can go ahead. This is just automatic right there. Condition, you just want to put new. You can do used stuff within Boxum. I only sell new products these days. Then expiration date, if it's required, you put it in right there. So you just want to go to add listing right here. You can do multiple products per batch. You can do multiple products per shipment. You can do multiple products even in the same box right there. Just for this example, we'll keep it easy. Then we just want to go to submit FBA listings right here. And now we'll wait 15 to 30 minutes for this to actually become active within our Amazon account. Then we'll go ahead and create a shipment. All right, guys, so now we can see this listing is active right here. Boom. So now once our listing has become active, all we need to do is go to shipments, create shipment. Let's create our shipment. So here in the create shipments tab, you can see a little Easter egg in terms of a coming soon feature on Boxum. Naming our shipment, you can name it whatever you want. We'll just call it Amazon FBA Guide. Right here, 1, 2, 3, fulfillment type FBA. You can list FBM within Boxum. When you list FBM within Boxum, it just go live instantly right there. There's no obviously shipment process. You can't buy shipping labels for FBM in Boxum, though. Amazon doesn't share that customer data. But for FBA, we can do the entire end-to-end process. Ship from address, this is you. This is not the UPS address you're dropping off at right here. Shipping method, SPD, small parcel delivery right there. And then box contents, I like to just do Boxum provided right there, or 2D barcodes on the Boxum professional plan. We'll do 2D barcodes. It tends to be best right there. Then we just want to go ahead and select all 3 of these right here as well. Then just go to create shipment right here. And now we can go ahead and actually choose what products we're adding to our shipment right here, or products. So say we go ahead and just do this guy right here. Click on the plus right here. We can go ahead and add this in. So list price, when you actually send inventory to Amazon FBA, I'd recommend pricing substantially higher than the lowest price in the buy box right here. So we can see this listing actually doesn't have an FBA buy box. So let's plug in just like 30, for example, right there. And then for FBM, you just want to match it price competitively right away from the get-go. Quantity, let's say we do 10 units right here. Then supplier, we already got that in there. We'll just click JCPenney again. Date purchased right here. And then expiration date, not needed. Prep category, Amazon, prep owner, seller, label owner, seller. Every now and again, you'll see a product that doesn't require the SKU labels right there. The SKU labels you can just get on Amazon. Just search Amazon FBA SKU label right there. I'll go through the other shipping supplies as we go here too. Every now and again, that'll happen. Just print out labels in Amazon Seller Central, these SKU labels as well. That'll only happen on a very, very small percentage of products. Nice and easy. We just go to add to shipment right here. Go ahead and see the profit on this, estimated revenue, the margin, the ROI, everything like that. That you want to go to continue. You could do multiple products for batch, even multiple products for box right here. Let's go ahead and hit continue, submit products. Then a couple minutes later, we'll move on to step 2, prep and box them when it loads. All right, guys, here in prep and box them, this is where we can go ahead and finish up the entire shipment, everything outside of just the shipping labels. So say we want to do, one box right here. We could do multiple products per box right here or multiple boxes. We'll just go ahead and do one right here. Then we can automatically go to assign 10 to box right here to add these products to box. We can see they get allocated right there. Then we go to print to actually print out the SKU labels right here. So we can pop these guys up right there. So these are the little individual labels. You can just get them on Amazon that go over the barcode on a specific product, or a lot of clothing will go in poly bags on the outside of the poly bag. You don't need to do them both right there. If it does have a price tag on the inside of the poly bag, though, if it comes in one, just go ahead and take off that price tag right there. Then you can go ahead and just put it inside a new poly bag and just get those on Amazon. Just a variety pack right there. And then we could do other labels right here too, which is pretty cool in terms of sold as a set, suffocation warning, fragile, bunch of stuff right there, but nice and easy. Then we want to go ahead here. You could edit the box sizes as well right here too, or you could go and bulk edit them right there as well. Then we just want to go ahead and continue right here and submit pack groups and finish up the shipment by printing out our shipping labels right here in 1 sec. Checking this out right here, we can see there's 3 different options Boxem will give you. We can ship to Port St. Lucie, Florida right here, or White, Georgia for 22, or let's see, Fontana, California for 34 right here. You pretty much just always choose the cheapest one right there. We can see Port St. Lucie, Florida right there for 17. We can go ahead and plug this in. Then we just want to go ahead and hit continue right here. Confirm placement option and accept shipping charges right here for this one box. Typically, anything under $1 per pound is typically pretty good. We obviously didn't fully optimize this box right there, so it's not a big deal. But just going ahead, taking a look at this test shipment right here. Go ahead and finish this up once it loads and print out these labels. So we can see our shipment is complete right here. There's nothing required of us in Seller Central. All we have to do is scroll to the bottom and hit print UPS and FBA box labels right here to print out the 2D barcode as well as the shipping label. These both go on the outside of the box right there. Nice and easy. And now we're good to go. The entire shipment and process is done. Nothing required of us in Seller Central right there. That's how to list and ship inventory to Amazon FBA using Boxem. And then once your shipment's actually checked into Amazon FBA, you'll get an email notification, and then you want to move that inventory to price competitively. Finish that up right there. So that's the entire end-to-end process of starting and building your Amazon business right there, guys. If you have any questions, please make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Love helping you guys grow a business. And then if you want personalized one-on-one help directly from me, now's a great time to join my mentorship program. With the holiday season, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the Q4 rush coming later this year at the end of the year. So if you're interested in personalized one-on-one mentorship directly from me, you'll get my personal phone number. I'm the only Amazon coach that actually does one-on-one calls with all my students. We have 3 group coaching calls per week. You'll be around other Amazon sellers crushing the game. I have by far the best results in the industry. We'll pop a whole bunch of them up on screen right here that you can go ahead and take a look at. I have a bunch of student interviews on my channel too as well. Now's a great time to apply for that to get started selling and profitable prior to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Q4 rush. So take a look at that down below at the link in the description if you're interested. Subscribe for more. Let me know any questions in the comments. And if you want to see me source some AutoUngate products, click right here. See you guys in the next one.